Hey everybody, Thomas Joseph here. Everybody loves a homemade marshmallow. It's not that hard to do, you just need a few special ingredients and the how-to, and you'll be making marshmallows every single weekend. I have a half a cup of water here in this mixing bowl, and to that I'm gonna add 3 packets of powdered gelatin. There is a different type of gelatin out there in the marketplace, and that is leaf gelatin or sheet gelatin, and this is used mostly in restaurants. And if you have this on hand, you need about 4 times as much gelatin in the sheet form than in one of these packets. And I'm using 3 packets today, so you need quite a few sheets of gelatin. So sprinkle them over the top of the water, and we're gonna let this mixture sit for about 10 minutes, and this is called blooming the gelatin. The granules will swell with the water, and it will make it easier to incorporate into the rest of the ingredients. While that's sitting, I'm going to make a sugar syrup. So I have a small saucepan here, and to that I'm going to add 2 cups of granulated sugar. I'm gonna pour that into the bottom of my saucepan here. I have 2/3 of a cup of corn syrup. I have this brushed lightly with a little bit of vegetable oil. It really helps in having the corn syrup slide right out. It doesn't stick. And 1/4 of a cup of water. Stir this together over medium-high heat, and I need this to come to a boil and boil continuously for about a minute before we're ready to use it with our gelatin. So the sugar syrup has been boiling for a minute. I'm going to turn my mixer on high speed and slowly pour the sugar syrup down the side of the mixer. So once all of the sugar syrup is in, add a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And now this needs to whip at high speed for about 12 minutes until it's nice and fluffy and it's almost quadrupled in volume. So it's been about 12 minutes. I'm going to add the flavoring now. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. You could use peppermint, you could use almond, you could use orange, whatever flavor you like. You can really customize your marshmallows by your taste. And you could also color them at this stage now. So if you wanted pink marshmallows for Valentine's Day, you could certainly do that as well. I'm gonna turn the speed down a little bit, and I'm gonna finish preparing my pan now. A lot of recipes out there, they say to prepare your pan with non-stick cooking spray like this. I really don't like using non-stick cooking spray because I think it has a different flavor. So I like to use a neutral flavored oil, like a safflower oil, a canola oil, and I like to brush the parchment that I'm using and the pan that I'm using, brush all of the utensils that you're gonna use because this mixture is very, very sticky. So this is good to go. Remove the bowl. With an oiled spatula like I have here, quickly dump the marshmallow mixture into your pan. Now I'm using a 9 by 9 inch pan here. I'm gonna give a little bit of a brush here with the oil. Use this offset spatula to spread the marshmallows into the corners. So now take the pieces of parchment, make sure that they're brushed liberally with oil so that they do not stick to your marshmallows, and gently place them on the top. I'm gonna fold in the 2 sides here. So give them a good pat and then let them cool for about 2 hours. Take some confectioner's sugar and generously dust it on the base of your board here. And I'm going to flip the marshmallows right onto the confectioner's sugar. So now I'm gonna cut these into 16 squares and just take a little bit more oil here because you don't want anything to stick. I have a very thin knife. It's long enough to cut 1 time through the marshmallows. I'm gonna go in half directly here. And you may need to wipe the blade of your knife and brush it with a little bit more oil. If any marshmallow accumulates on the blade of the knife, you're gonna end up with uneven cuts on your marshmallow. And now I'll take these 2 rectangles and I will cut them in half and then half again. So you're gonna have a little over 2-inch squares here. Take a little bit of confectioner's sugar in a large bowl and gently toss the marshmallows into the confectioner's sugar. And there you have it, perfect homemade marshmallows that are a fun treat for any occasion. Enjoy.